Hey, so I just wanted to come on here and share my testimony because it's new and fresh, and I feel like, I need to go ahead and get it out before it's too late. So, hi, my name is Chelsea, and I'm a disabled veteran. I served from 2010 to 2012. I was a fuel truck driver. I know how to back up a semi-truck, not very well, but I can still do it without, getting a ticket. So I am a mom to 4, 7, and under, and a wife, and a follower of God. And, I struggle with my mental health. Well, recently, I felt so overwhelmed, and I even wanted to end my life. And, I almost lost my stamp. In Revelation, they talk about how you know who's a believer at the time of the return of Satan and, the battle. Anyways, you should read it, Revelation. I almost lost my seal by wanting to end my life, and God put me in a place where I had to see that my life could be a whole lot worse. So the police, my husband, he was nervous, he called the police, and then I called the crisis line because I couldn't drive myself to the hospital. I was having an anxiety attack, and so the police come and knock on the door, and my kids, they're nervous, and I really hate that. But so I decided to go outside and talk to the police, and the ambulance shows up, and they're just checking to make sure that everything's okay at home, and just asking me questions to check on my safety, and asking me if they thought that I wanted to harm someone or myself. And I was calmed down in that moment. I was having some gut pains, and the pain was so bad that I just couldn't be a mom. I was so sick, I just couldn't handle being a mom. I couldn't take care of myself in that moment because the pain just kept coming back, and my kids were demanding me, and I just couldn't do it. So I ride in the ambulance to the VA hospital, where they put me in a room with a padded chair that would bounce off the wall if someone had the strength to pick it up, and a mattress, and a blanket, and one pillow that's like as thick as my 2 hands. And they take away all my stuff, and I'm laying next to an old man, and I overhear him say he's no longer got the will to live anymore because he's 80 years old and he doesn't have anything else left to live for. And I'm thinking, I have a lot to live for. Why am I feeling this way? Sorry, that was emotional. And so anyways, I'm laying there and I hear him say that. And one of the first things that I said to the nurses whenever they took all my stuff away is, can I please have my Bible? And they gave me my Bible, and I started reading the book of Revelation because that's the study we're working on in my small group at church. So I'm reading about Revelation, and I just feel the Lord speak to me and say, you have so much to live for. And I heard that I could lose my stamp, I almost lost my light. So anyways, I decide to Baker Act myself, and I stay there for 6 days. During my time period there, I was able to talk to other veterans and hear their stories and their reasons for being there, and I realized, I really don't have it bad at all, and I really need to suck it up and do better. And I learned some very strong, mental strategies to cope, and how to be more compassionate with myself, and how to be grateful. And I shared the gospel while I was there because there were some people who no longer had the light. And I am very worried about those people, and I am praying for them each and every day, and I will never forget them, and I hope that they come out of their darkness. I'm so grateful for this experience, and I just wanted to share because now I feel so grateful to be home with my family. So, thanks for listening. Please let me know if you have any more ideas for content that I can create. I hope that this is inspiring. Just remember, endure to the end and you will be saved.